Hello again. What if I told you that the most powerful way to heal your digestive system was affordable, it was something you could do yourself, and it was something that you could start today? What if I told you that this safe, effective IBS treatment was something that most drug companies don't want you to know about? Drug companies in the United States spend billions of dollars every year on research, and they don't recoup these billions by people healing themselves naturally at home. What if there was an IBS treatment that's helped thousands of people for hundreds of years, just like yourself, and that it was a treatment that you could learn yourself at home, that I could teach you how to implement, starting exactly where you are, no matter what your symptoms of IBS are, no matter if you're male or female, young or old, no matter how long you've been suffering from IBS, that if you implement this system, you could get relief from your symptoms in 7 days or less. You could start noticing improvement right away if you implement the techniques and strategies that I'd like to teach you. What if this treatment was so simple, was so powerful, that anyone could do it and get relief right away? Would you like to try it? Would you be interested in hearing more? My name is John Devlin. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and Chinese herbalist. I see people every week in my private practice and on online forums asking questions about IBS. Commonly what I see in these people is that they're suffering, they're clearly suffering, they're desperate, they're confused, they're looking for answers, they don't know where to turn. These IBS sufferers are going to doctors, they're receiving drugs that don't work, or worse, create side effects. At best, these drugs partially treat symptoms, but offer no long-term solution, i.e., people will be on these drugs possibly for the rest of their lives. I see people go to doctors and, even worse, are sent out the door with the diagnosis of there's nothing wrong with you, it's all in your head. We've done tests, we can't find anything wrong, we don't know what's wrong. I also see people being told by their doctors, yes, you have IBS, but there's no cure, you're just going to have to learn to live with it. Here's this list of coping mechanisms. What I want to offer you is far beyond a list of coping mechanisms. Actually, what I want to offer you is a safe, effective, natural cure to become symptom-free for life. If I could offer you one bit of advice today to walk home with and begin to implement immediately, it would be this. You need to understand the role of diet in irritable bowel syndrome. You need to understand which foods will aggravate and which foods will alleviate the symptoms of IBS. Now, diet is not the only reason a person develops irritable bowel syndrome. But if you want to cure it and become symptom-free, you need to understand the role diet is playing in your symptoms of IBS. So if I could give you one bit of dietary advice today, it would be to avoid these 5 costly IBS foods. Number 1, avoid dairy in all forms. This means cream, milk, butter, ice cream. Dairy is fatty, it is rich, it is very difficult to digest. In fact, you want to avoid fatty, rich, greasy foods in general because they're difficult to digest. Number 2, avoid legumes of all kinds. Black beans, pinto beans, lima beans. Also avoid peanuts. Peanuts are a legume, not a nut, and they're very hard for the body to process. You want to avoid flour products. Whole grains, yes. Whole grains are very nutritious. Do incorporate those into your diet, but in their processed white flour form, you want to eliminate these. This is bread, pasta, pastries, muffins, etc. This way of eating whole grains, this form of processed whole grains, is actually really hard for the digestive system. It's going to create problems. It's going to create symptoms. You want to avoid alcohol and caffeine. Both alcohol and caffeine are stimulants to the digestive tract. IBS is a problem of hypermotility of the bowel, hypermotility of the digestive system. Alcohol and caffeine will contribute to this hypermotility. And lastly, you want to avoid fruit with meals. You want to either eat fruit 15 minutes before or 2 hours after other foods such as fats, proteins, or carbohydrates. Fruit digests differently than fat, protein, or carbohydrate, and it does not digest well together with these. So eat fruit on an empty stomach only, either 15 minutes before or 2 hours afterwards. If you eliminate these 5 foods from your diet, you will notice improvement in your symptoms, and you probably will notice improvement in as little as 7 days. You may notice improvement in 24 hours. I've taught this system called the Natural IBS Cure to many people over the years, just like yourself. I've seen it work time and time again. It's hard for me to watch the many people out there who are confused, desperate, looking for answers. It's hard for me to watch them not getting the information they need. That's why I created this system. That's why I want to teach it to you. That's why I've made it affordable, and I've created it in a step-by-step blueprint format, a step-by-step guide that's easy to follow. Anyone could follow it, no matter what your symptoms are of IBS. You can start getting relief today. I'd love to teach you more. Click the link below, follow me, and I'll show you how.